ChatGPT told me this makeup look would suit me best for rehearsal, dinner, wedding, bridal makeup. While I am having a makeup artist do my makeup for the big day, I am doing my own rehearsal dinner makeup, so let's attempt this. ChatGPT also kind of gave me a little bit of a breakdown on how to apply each product. We're going to start with underpainting. I'm using the Mary Phillips palette. So I color corrected and now we are placing the contour. I like bringing the contour shade down my ear because it kind of slims your face out from the front. I contoured my cheekbones, my jaw, underneath my lip, my nose, and my temples. I'm not going to use this for concealer because I have a different one I want to use. For foundation, they told me to use a medium coverage with a satin finish. So we're using the Dior Skin Perfector and I'm just lightly applying it, kind of stippling it in a little bit. I think it was a little too much coverage, so I'm going over it with a damp beauty blender. Using a little bit lighter of a hand on this side and on my forehead. For concealer, I'm taking this one by Colfi. It's a small brand. It's very, very full coverage. So I'm just going to take a little bit on the back of my hand. ChatGPT said to make it really bright and blended seamlessly. So I placed it right under my eyes, on my chin, and then on my forehead. Lightly tapping that into my skin with a damp sponge. Said to use a peachy rose blush. I have this peach shade. And I think we're going to go over it with like more of a rosy shade for powder blush. But it says to place on the apples of the cheeks and then blend up towards the temples. Now we're just setting everything with the Givenchy Prism Libre pressed setting powder. A little bit more blush with this Dior palette. I talk about it all the time. It's literally just the perfect blush. And also using this highlighter, again, so stunning, so natural. Warming up my face a little bit with this powder bronzer from Dior. I am just now realizing a lot of these products are Dior Beauty, but genuinely, they have great makeup, especially for a special occasion. Didn't do anything too crazy for the brows. It just said to make them a little bit thicker. For eyeshadow, I'm going to try to just use this Spectrum palette from Sigma. Going over my entire lid with the shade Coriander, the shade Homemade in my crease, and the shade Macchiato right on my outer corner. For a little bit of shimmer on the inner part of my lid, I'm using the shade Clairvoyant. I did a very simple black liner with the shade Peppercorn. For mascara, I'm using Too Faced, and I'm going to see if I can do this without falsies. I am getting a lash lift for the wedding. I've never gotten one before, so I'm not really sure what to expect in terms of how long it lasts, when should I do it. Taking a swing here with this lip combo, but I'm using Tarte lip liner in Dusty Rose. And then Makeup by Mario in the shade Rasa. ChatGPT is telling me to do a matte lip, and I don't know how I feel about that. Road glazing mist to make my skin come back to life, followed by One Size On Till Dawn. You already know this is a wedding must-have. Okay, you guys, here is the final glam of what ChatGPT recommended for me for all things bridal related. I think I might need to do a fake lash, or at least like a half a lash, just to give me a little bit more lift in the eyes. But overall, I'm really obsessed with it. I think it looks pretty natural. What do we think?